Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Pauline Verzosa. The Armed Forces of the Philippines, or AFP, told the China Coast Guard, or CCG, to restrain themselves to avoid escalating tensions in the West Philippine Sea. This after a Philippine Navy personnel got severely injured when the CCG attacked them during a resupply mission to BRP Sierra Madre on Monday. The AFP did not provide additional details about the incident, but reported that the injured personnel has received medical treatment. A source told News 5 that the personnel's finger was cut off during the confrontation between Chinese and Philippine Navy personnel. The AFP expressed commitment in maintaining their presence in the West Philippine Sea despite the recent incident. The Armed Forces of the Philippines remain silent on the recently reported collision between Philippine and Chinese ships. International Studies professor Renato De Castro talks about this in his interview on Storycon.
Professor De Castro, I wonder if you have more details about this incident in Ayungin. Apparently,
Well,
this is
just like you, I'm relying on sources from the Pentagon. And recently, I don't know if you've seen the statement that the U.S. Indo-PACOM came out with just today. And they provided the details, of course, some matters regarding the June 17 incident, where they explicitly mentioned the Chinese were able to deny the Philippine Navy the accomplishment of its mission of providing humanitarian assistance.
Yeah.
So this is a very strong statement, no? Basically providing points regarding the fact that naval ships are supposed to enjoy sovereign immunity against boarding and harassment.
Ang tinatanong namin, Prof, bakit medyo tahimik yung ating armed forces tsaka government sa ganitong napakaseryosong incident? Perhaps one of the most serious incident. Nakuha lang namin yung balita kay Ray Powell na nakuha niya sa Pentagon. Sa Pentagon pa, hindi dito niya nakuha yung details. So, why the silence?
Now, you work in government.
Yeah.
You know, when issues like this, I don't know if you remember, when you remember the March 3, 2011 incident that shocked the late President Benigno Aquino III. Remember this?
Yeah.
The discussion was not happening anymore at Camp Aguinaldo. It's already happening at Malacanang. This is something I teach in class. This is an example of a foreign policy crisis. And once you have a foreign policy crisis, the one who will be taking over, the point person, the buck stops with him, is no less than, of course, than the commander-in-chief.
Are we backpedaling? Are we de-escalating? So medyo confused din yung media. No? Kaya,
Let's wait for the president to make a decision. Let's at this point in time, I don't want to second guess the president. When and how and what will be his statement? If it's not the president, I'm looking at the national security advisor, Secretary Anyo, to make the decision. But again, analyzing it from the perspective of an academic, when you talk about this kind of incident, it's no less than, of course, the commander-in-chief, where, of course, the buck stops with him.
The U.S. and the European Union, as well as ambassadors of various countries, have denounced China's use of force. The U.S. State Department reaffirms its commitment to the Philippines under the Mutual Defense Treaty. EU Ambassador Luc Veron says China's actions have caused harm and disrupted lawful maritime operations. The French embassy, for its part, reiterated its call for respect for international law, particularly the UNCLOS. Japan, Canada, Germany, Finland, Australia, the UK, the Netherlands, and South Korea have also denounced China's actions. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Pauline Verzosa. Let's now take a quick look at today's other headlines. Senator Sherwin Gatchalian released a document about the supposed real identity of suspended Bamban-Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo. In a copy of the document obtained by the Philippine Star, Guo's real name appears to be a Guo Hua Ping with a birth date of August 31, 1990. Gatchalian says the document was provided by the Board of Investments from the Guo family's application for special investors resident visa. And Business World reports that nearly 50 infrastructure flagship projects in the pipeline will be fast-tracked. This comes after the release of the guidelines for Executive Order Number 59, which streamlines the process for permits. The Anti-Red Tape Authority says the number of agencies that would issue permits has been reduced to about 18 from the current 30. The Foreign Affairs Department remains optimistic about the missing Filipino crew member of MV Tudor. This is after the White House reported that the Filipino was killed after the Houthi attacked the ship. DFA has yet to confirm the report from the U.S. The search operations for him is still ongoing.
The search operations will be undertaken once nasa safe port na yung vessel. Pero kausap na ng OWA at ng DMW yung family ng missing seafarer natin, and we are continuously providing all the support and help na kinakailangan po nila.
Canada has pulled an upset against fan favorite Japan in the Volleyball Nations League last night in Manila. The world number 12 team outlasted the world number 3 squad after 5 sets. Before this match, Brazil opened the festivities and nabbed their win against the Netherlands in 4 sets. The VNL is a crucial tournament because it offers 5 qualification slots for the Paris Olympics. So far, only France, Germany, Brazil, USA, Japan, Poland, and Canada have qualified for the Olympics. Later at 3 p.m., Germany will face France, and at 7 p.m., the USA will attempt to win against Iran. You can watch this live on RPTV, One Sports, and One Sports Plus at Signal TV, as well as the Pilipinas Live app. Artificial intelligence, or AI, no longer just answers questions on the internet. It is now said to be capable of assessing the quality and appropriate price of second-hand motorcycles. Mobile Journal Francis Orsho has the story.
Minsan ka na bang nakabili ng motor pero hindi ka sigurado kung okay pang gamitin at kung magkano ang tamang presyo? Paano kung may AI tool na kaya na yang gawin? Sa pagmemekaniko ng motor, kailangan ng sapat na oras para masuri ang kondisyon nito, lalo na kung plano pa yang ibenta bilang second-hand unit. Pero dahil sa mabilis na usad ng teknolohiya, ang ganyang klaseng pagtatrabaho kaya na rin gawin ng Artificial Intelligence o AI. Meet the Automated Repossessed Motorcycle Assessment System o ARMAS. Yan ang bagong innovation na ibinibida ngayon ng Asian Institute of Management at Department of Science and Technology.
So ina-assess niya yung pinaka-quality ng motorcycle. Pine-predict ng AI model natin kung ano yung quality ng ating repossessed motorcycle.
Sa typical na mekaniko, mano-manong chinecheck ang motor para matingnan kung ano ang kondisyon nito at madalas, aabutin yan ng 1 oras. Pero sa ARMAS AI tool, malalaman mo agad ang kondisyon ng motor in just 5 minutes. 3 datos lang ang kailangan na i-upload sa isang website sa tulong ng machine learning at AI. Una dyan ay kung ano ang model ng motor, brand, kung kailan nabili at nirepossess. Sunod ay kukuhaan ng picture ang motor sa iba't ibang anggulo. At panghuli, dito bubuksan at paaandarin ng motor at ire-record ang tunog ng makina o engine.
Masasabi mo talaga na mataas yung accuracy ng prediction compared to when you do it manually.
Ang Armas AI tool ay opisyal nang ipinakilala sa publiko ng Department of Science and Technology. Ang benepisyaryo ng teknolohiyang ito ay ang Finance and Credit Corporation na Unistar. Bilang isang kumpanya na tumatanggap ng mga repossessed motorcycle units o yung mga second-hand na, malaking tulong daw ito para mas mapadali ang kanilang pagsusuri sa motor, lalo't umaabot sa 5,000 unit ang ina-assess nila kada buwan. At heto pa, dahil sa mas pinabilis na oras ng pagsusuri sa motor, mas mapapababa pa ang resale value nito para mas maging affordable pa ang mga second-hand unit na motor.
When we entered Armas, one is to make our evaluation process faster, in terms of the quality of the motorcycle. When you buy it now, alam mo na yun ang kondisyon talaga nung motor. So you get your money's worth. So,
Sa mahal ng mga bilihin ngayon, malaking tulong ang teknolohiya tulad ng Armas para masiguro ang kalidad ng mga gamit na ating pinag-ipunan. Mobile journalist Francis Orcio po, hatid ang mukha ng balita.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Pauline Verzosa. We are One News.